welcome to the Elemental Entrepreneurship Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah, and today we are talking about making stretchy investments in business. I'm not going to chat for too long because this was an IG Live and the introduction to the topic is in the audio that I'm going to drop in here in a moment. But I do want to say before I drop this audio on you, that Powerhouse Mastermind is starting in 2 weeks. And if you have not applied, I think you should. That's all I'm going to say about it. Go to intuitiveedgecoaching.com/powerhouse. Get the information, get your application in. If you've been circling it, if you're curious, if you think it's the right next step for you, but you're having some doubts and hesitations, or you need to really be sure that it's the right place for you, DM me on Instagram and let me know what your concerns are, what you're working on, what your goals are, and I am happy to chat with you about whether or not I believe that I am the coach that can help you achieve those goals. I am not going to hard sell you. If I'm not the right fit, I will tell you so. If I understand the project and what you are struggling with and I feel like I can be of service, I will tell you that as well. So you can just DM me on Instagram, at Intuitive Edge Coaching, or you can email me intuitiveedgecoaching@gmail.com and we can chat about what's going on for you over there. Otherwise, just go ahead and get that application on in intuitiveedgecoaching.com/powerhouse. And that's it and that's all. I hope that you enjoy this conversation about making stretchy investments. I would love to hear your thoughts. You can always DM me or email me your thoughts, your feedback. And if you're listening on Spotify, I believe you can leave feedback directly on the episode. And while you're there, if you would like to subscribe and leave a 5-star review, that would help a lot as well. All right, here we go, dropping into today's episode. I want to talk about making stretchy investments in business. And I want to talk about the importance of making stretchy investments in business. And I want to be really careful. This is actually not something I ever talk about online because the coaching industry historically is like real douchebaggy about this. And I hate it. And like, I never want to be associated with the douchebaggery of a certain line of thinking around stretchy investments, right? So historically, the coaching industry has had a lot of hard sell and a lot of masculine in our sales training. And this is true for coaches of all genders. It's just something that was like endemic to the industry and part of how a lot of us were taught, that you like get people on a sales call and you say like, if you're not willing to open a credit card and take out a second mortgage to invest in this coaching program, then you don't really care about your growth. And like, it's gross. It's fucking gross, right? And so I'm always really cautious to discuss the energetics of making stretchy investments in your business because I don't want anyone to think that I am in that camp of coaches who is like, if you're not willing to pay me $20,000, then you don't fucking care about your life. You know what I mean? Like that. I don't feel like that. So I want to just start by naming that and saying, I don't feel like that. Also, I think the kind of party line of if you're not willing to make an investment in this thing you say you want, then you don't really care about it. Money is never the reason why people aren't making an investment. That's something that a lot of us get told in sales training. Money is never the real reason. That does not take the realities of living in like white supremacist late stage capitalism during the fall of the fucking Babylonian Empire around us, like during the waning days of Babylon. It doesn't take that into account. Sometimes money is the fucking reason. Okay? So I'm not talking about when you're in a position that making a stretchy investment in your business or taking on some debt would actually like fuck up your life or like destabilize your housing. I'm not talking to you. If that's the position you're in, don't buy coaching and don't buy from me. And I will talk to you about ways that I can help you and things that you can do. And maybe right now what you need is actually just a job or like some freelance work to bridge that gap, right? Like not talking to you. Make that clear. I'm never going to tell somebody to make an investment that's going to fuck up their life. Okay? I'm not bypassing real financial constraints. Not everyone is in a position to make a stretchy investment, and not everyone is in a position to make a stretchy investment all the time. Timing matters. So that is a reality. When that is what's at play, that's not a mindset issue. It's not a nervous system thing. And that is not who I'm talking to today. Got to start there. Now, if you're still listening, if you're still here, I'm talking to those of us who want multiple 5-figure months. You want 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K months. You want 100K months. You want a 7-figure business. You want a multi-6-figure business. You know what you're capable of. You see it as possible for you. You know that that's where you're headed. But you currently are not making stretchy investments in yourself and your business growth when you know that's what would help you achieve the results you want. And I'm using the term stretchy investment for a reason. I'm not putting a number on what that stretchy investment is, because stretchy is a feeling in your body, not necessarily an amount of money. So when I first started my business, the first business coaching program I joined was $200 a month. And that was a stretchy investment for me at the time. With where I was at financially, I was literally just making enough, hopefully every month, to cover my bills. I had no wiggle room. I had no extra. Committing $200 a month was enough that I was like, I have to make a return on this investment or it is going to be scary for me, right? That was a real stretch. Now I regularly invest 20K plus a year in my personal development and my business growth. And that feels stretchy for me. Those investments feel scary, but that is a place that I'm comfortable. But I was talking to someone recently who paid $60,000 pay in full for the year for her coach. And I was like, okay, that's not a stretchy investment for me. That would fuck up my life, right? So stretchy is about where you're at and what feels stretchy to you. And we're going to get into this a little bit more about why stretchy is an important feeling. I have found for myself and for my clients that if you're a person who wants multiple 5-figure months, but you won't make at least a single 5-figure investment in your business, something energetically is misaligned. It's not a sober place to be, right? I want multi-6-figure results. I'm making $200, $300, $500 investments in support. There's something mismatched there where the results that you're looking for are not realistic for the amount of skin you're putting in the game. So I want to name what this actually is. It's risk aversion. Right? A lot of people will be like, this is scarcity. And maybe there is some scarcity around it. But what we're really talking about is risk aversion in business. I am a risk averse business owner, right? Business owners are inherently less risk averse than muggles. I hate to use that word, fuck J.K. Rowling. But then people who work normal day jobs. We are less risk averse than the average bear because we are willing to forego having a steady paycheck. That already is something most people would consider so risky, they would never try it. And then within business, there are different levels of risk aversion. There are people who are very conservative with risk, and there are people who are willing to go for some more high risk, high reward games, right? It took me years to spend any money on ads because it felt too high risk. Even if I knew the rewards would be great, I was too afraid to put in the money for ads because I didn't want to take that risk. I had to train myself through first starting with some low ticket ad spend. How can I get into playing this game, right? Risk aversion. It is not necessarily just about scarcity. There is a real risk piece at play in making any investment, but in making a business investment and in making an investment in coaching. And I also want to put a pin here in the idea that most of us have been burned making investments in the past that didn't go well, right? Many of us have hired coaches who could not help us, have joined group programs that were expensive for us, that felt stretchy, where we didn't get the support that we were hoping to get. And that can compound this as well. Almost every entrepreneur I know has at least one story of making a big investment. Maybe it was hiring a marketing firm or hiring a graphic designer, hiring some help that you were scared to do and you worked yourself into, I'm going to do it. And then you did it and you didn't get the return that you wanted. And then you feel burned and it makes you more risk averse in the future. That can compound this as well. When you're in risk aversion, what you're considering as the risk is that this investment is not going to yield a return or a big enough return. We are conditioned to see investments as expenses if we don't trust the return, right? That's not illogical. If I am looking at something and I go, I do not believe that this is going to get me the results that I'm looking for, then it's not an investment. It's just a bill. It's just money I'm burning, and I don't want to do that. And the return that we're looking for is not just financial. It's about you trusting that you're going to show up, that you're going to do the work, that the support you're going to get in that container will actually make the difference for you and for your business and help you get the results you're looking for. And if that trust is not there, if that trust feels shaky, then even a no-brainer opportunity will feel dangerous. It will feel like too big a risk. A good mastermind with a good coach, getting support that can actually get you to your next level, help you bridge the gap between where you're at right now and the vision that you see in your mind of where you want to take your business. That level of support is going to give you a return on your investment. It is going to be a good return for you. It can be a 10x or greater return for you, depending on what you build and what you get done with that support. I've literally seen that. I have had clients who came to me at $0 in business, just an idea, and we built their business into a 6-figure company in a year of coaching. So they got a more than 10x return. And every year that they go on to have another 6-figure year or more, the return on that investment increases. So did they have the faith to put up a multi-5-figure investment for the support? Yes, because they were the kind of person who believed, if I have the right coach and I have the right support and I have somebody who's already done this walking me through building it, I'm going to get to my goal faster. And I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to take that risk because I believe in that reward and I trust that I'm going to get there and I trust that I'm going to show up and do the work. I'm going to hit the ground running when this happens. Let's get it. Let's go. When there's part of you that believes, okay, I believe that the right support is going to get me the outcome I'm looking for. I believe the right coach is going to help me get to where I'm trying to go. I believe the right mentorship can get me where I'm trying to go. I believe the right accountability, the right peer group, the right technical know-how and skill is going to get me where I need to go. But you're still afraid that you're not going to get the result. So you say, I can't afford this investment. And you just stay at the same level year after year after year. There's a trust wound there, or a self-protective part that knows that you're going to be successful and is afraid of the success because of what it will mean, right? Increased responsibility, increased pressures, increased visibility. There can be a fear. Okay, if I believe this person is going to get me the support that I need to reach that next level, but I don't actually, right? There's a part of you that's like, I don't actually know if I want that next level yet. I'm still scared. So I'm going to say I can't afford it and stay right here. I'm using money, right? So this is where we get into that nuanced piece. Only you know when you're using money as the reason versus when money is the reason. I want to say that again. I'm not saying that money is never the reason. I'm just saying money can always be the reason. We can always come up with a reason not to spend a lot of money, right? So this feeling of risk balancing reward and what it looks like when you want multi 5-figure months, when you want multi-six-figure business, when you want a seven-figure business, when you have a big vision for your life, but you're investing in low-ticket support. You're getting courses, you're getting small, short-term group coaching, and you're staying at a comfortable risk investment level. But you're not growing. You are in a stasis place, right? That's a saboteur archetype usually, right? This is why people drop $300 on a course and then they never finish it, because the course itself was low risk, low reward. This is a little bit staggering for those of us who create courses. Statistics show that online courses have a 12% completion rate. 12% of the people who buy your course ever finish it. I know this. I have courses, and in my back end of my course platform, I can see when people have bought my course, never logged into it. I can see when people have bought a course and they've done the first 3 lessons and then they never finish it. Most of us have folders full of courses that we signed up for to help us with a business thing, but we never finish them, let alone implement any of what we learned into our business. I have them. Everyone has them. You see a course pop up, it's $27. You're like, oh, I do need to learn that. Let me get that thing. You look at it one time and then it just goes in a folder and you never look at it again. And it's because we feel safe to invest in that lower ticket rate, and it makes us feel like we're doing a little something. Oh, I'm improving. I have the hope that I'm improving. I have the idea in my head that I'm going to sit down and do that course, and that makes me feel like I'm doing something. But the amount we invested was so low that within a few weeks of buying that course, or even a few days, we don't miss that money anymore. And so it doesn't matter to us anymore that we're not finishing the course or implementing it. And then we see another $27 course and we just buy it, right? And then we have a drawer full of gadgets we never use. Another reason we avoid stretchy investments is because there's part of us that knows if I invest in a level that feels like a stretch for me, I can't sleep on it. I can't not finish it because the investment feels like too much money to walk away from. And this is where most people get stuck. They intellectually know making a stretchy investment in support is going to create accountability, but then they don't do it. And they tell themselves, I can't afford it. But then they're going to buy 5 figures worth of courses that they never do over the next 2 years and not make any progress. That is so much more expensive in the long run than investing in something where you're going to put real skin in the game and it's going to feel like a stretch in a way that makes you take it seriously. It makes you pull up. It makes you show up and really try to get everything you can out of that investment. If you want to actually trust that you're going to show up and do the work to get the results that you want, stretchy is the level you should be investing at. I'm going to say that again. If you want to be able to trust yourself, right? If the reason you are afraid sometimes to sign up for a mastermind or a long-term program is that you're like, I don't know if I'm going to show up and do the work. I don't know if I can trust me. Then stretchy is the level you should be investing at. Because when you have for me, I've known this to be true. Most of my clients say this. When you put enough skin in the game, you're like, there is no way I'm walking away from this much money. There's no way. If I invest this much, I'm going to be on every call, awake and alert with my notebook out. I'm going to ask my coach my coach, she probably sick of me. I'm going to get my money's worth out of her. I ask her everything. I send her every piece of copy I write. I am on her. I have questions, because I'm paying an amount of money that for me feels stretchy. And I'm like, there's no way I'm not going to get every single drop of support I can out of this container while I'm paying for it. You're going to get the results because you're going to show up and take advantage of the thing that you're paying for because you're paying for it. Even to tie this to gyms, if you're paying $10 a month for Planet Fitness, it's easy to never go to the gym. But if you're paying $400 a month for Equinox, you're like, at least I'm using the sauna. I'm using the pool. I'm coming to get a juice because I'm paying for this gym membership. So I'm coming. If you want to put enough skin in the game that you're going to show up, stretchy is the level to be investing in. When you're investing in a mastermind where pay in full is a stretch for you, or the payment plan is a monthly stretch for you, you're not going to front on it. You're showing up. You're implementing the feedback. You are too invested to not give it your all. If Powerhouse Mastermind feels stretchy for you, not like it's going to destabilize your housing, again, but like, ooh, this is a big stretch. This is scary for me to pay. I really want a big return on this investment. That is actually more likely to guarantee that you're going to get the return on the investment, because it's more likely that you're going to show up and give it your all. I've had some people share with me recently that they know Powerhouse Mastermind is the next step for them. They already know. They trust my coaching. They want to work with me. They trust that I can help them get the results they're looking for. And the only thing that's stopping them is investing the money, because it feels stretchy. And I'm never going to hard sell you. I'm never going to say money is not the real reason. I trust you're an adult and you know yourself. I trust you know the difference between it feels like a big stretch for me to take out a firm, to put this on Klarna and go into a payment plan to take on this debt. That feels scary for me. It feels stretchy for me to agree to a monthly payment amount. This feels stretchy for me. Between that and if I do this, it is going to cause a big problem in my life. I trust you to know the difference between those two things. You're a whole ass grown up, and I am not monitoring your pockets like that. But if you are on the stretchy side, not the scary side, and you're saying you want a multi-six-figure business, you want multi-five-figure months, but you're currently not investing in the level of support that makes you show up and go hard for what you want, I want you to ask yourself where the actual resistance is. Is it like, right? Ask yourself the deeper question. Is it capacity? Is it trust? Is it that you don't trust yourself? Or is it that you don't trust the program? Or you don't trust me? Valid things, right? But get to the real answers. Is there fear of the work? Is there fear of the level of visibility you know would come if you took these steps? Is it fear of the risk? Because stretchy investments only destabilize you if you're not ready to rise to them. But when you are ready, they create a momentum that is just not possible when you're doing it by yourself, when you're making low ticket investments, or when you're trying to do it through courses. If this is you, and you keep looking at entering long-term mastermind support or one-on-one coaching, you're looking at Powerhouse Mastermind, you're reading all my emails, you're looking at all my posts, you know that investing at a higher ticket level of support is your next step, but you keep circling that investment decision because it feels like a stretch and saying, I'm going to do it next year, I'm going to do it next year, I'm going to do it next year, but next year never seems to come because you're always at the same level. I want you to consider what the stretch might actually create for you, not just cost you in the short term. I'm going to say that again. I want you to consider what the stretch might create for you, not just cost you in the short term. Powerhouse Mastermind is built to support you through that level of stretch, right? When we're talking about capacity expansion, you don't expand your capacity staying right where you are. You have to be stretched. You have to become a bigger container. You have to let go of more to receive more. You have to invest more to get back more. Powerhouse is built to support you through that stretch and help you create results that currently feel impossible from where you're at now. You just can't imagine how you're going to get there. I can imagine how you're going to get there. I can help you imagine how you're going to get there. And then I can help you build the plan. And then I can help you implement the plan. You could be there next year. as opposed to circling and circling and circling for years before you make the decision. And I have to tell you, it doesn't matter how long you circle, eventually you're going to have to make a stretchy leap. It's never going to not feel stretchy. So if you're waiting for a time when it feels not stretchy before you invest, you will wait forever. A stretchy investment is always stretchy at every single level, no matter how much it is. So there will never come a time that you're not going to feel the risk. There will never come a time that you're not going to have to consider, will this risk get me the rewards? And there's never going to be a time that you're not going to have to grapple with, I trust this and I know this is the right step for me. And it feels stretchy and scary. And oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Here we go. Ooh, go. And we're off to the races and we are doing something big and scary and new. And we are shaking up the energy in our lives and in our business and we're getting new fucking results. It will always be that, no matter how long you wait. I place that on your altar. We start in 2 weeks. Comment Powerhouse for the application, or click the link in my bio, or DM me and have a conversation with me about whether or not it's right for you, or send me a homing pigeon. But let's get you in here. Let's stretch you, and let's get you the results that you really need and desire and deserve in your life and in your business. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Okay, love you, bye.
That's our episode for today. Thank you, as always, for being here and for listening to the podcast. I know there are so many things that you could be doing with your time, so many things you could be listening to. It is an honor that you choose to be here. Connect with me on Instagram at Intuitive Edge Coaching. Have a great day.